Hey everyone, welcome back to another Anime Kingdom review. See my title below. Yes, this is on episode 9 of Attack on Titan season 2, and yes, I know I am sorry that this is a day late, but literally I was pretty much busy all of Saturday. I didn't get home till super late, and once I got home I was exhausted and just fell asleep, to which, I just want to tell you this now. It's not only torture if you're like, where the hell is the review kind of thing. It's torture for me. I didn't even get to watch the episodes. And I've said this several times on my Facebook and Twitter. I've said this several times at the beginning of my video that Saturdays are my favorite days because I literally, sure, it's a lot because I have like 4 animes to watch and review. But literally, it's the best. I have Boku no Hero Academia Season 2, Attack on Titan Season 2, Recreators, Edo Manga Sensei, and I literally love all these episodes, so I always look forward to Saturdays so much, but it can definitely be quite a hassle sometimes when I have to do it all, like especially now I have to do it all right now in a row, and I still have to do my manga as well, so trust me, you're not the only one being tortured if you're wondering like, where the hell are these reviews? Why are you late with them? I am sorry about that, but yeah, at least it's here now, so let's talk about how I felt about this episode, what happened in this episode. I know for a fact, once I watched this episode, like, I was like, let's go look at the forums. What are we gonna see here? And yup, it may not be as much, I think, at least. But there were still a lot of people who were full on, like, anime watcher only, certain anime watcher onlys where there seems to be their only vocabulary is, what? Where's the action? 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 Oh, that is so boring. Where's the action? Like, there's one guy that was like, if you don't have anything good to show, like anything interesting, make less episodes. And I'm like, dude, come on. It was still interesting. I still enjoyed this episode. Literally, you cannot have action every episode for one thing. And like I said before, I'm actually really enjoying the way they are adapting the series so far. It's been pretty much exactly like how it is in the manga. And in the manga, of course, there are some times every so often that so far the anime has put in like an anime original scene, to which, like I've said before, I don't really like anime original scenes. A lot of times, sometimes they're cool, sometimes they're like, oh, okay, that's pretty cool. But a lot of times, in my opinion, they are pretty filler-like and just not really needed to be in there, and just ends up taking up time from the episode that they could have put into something else. But so far, they've done a really good job at putting these, original scenes. For example, in the last episode where they had that, flashback of them when they were younger and everything. And in my opinion, it made, Hanzo's speech, like, a lot more impactful. And, like, I actually thought it was, like, a really, good job at putting that in, complimenting that scene right after. So I was like, oh, okay, so that's pretty good. And actually, in this episode as well, the Marco flashback that you saw, that is actually not in, in this chapter. It's not supposed to be here at all. But what I was also saying as well is that it's got me thinking, like, where the hell is this, anime, when is it gonna, where is it gonna end in the manga? Because right now, in the first episode, that was the only one that only adapted 1 chapter, I believe, and so far it's been like 2 to 3 chapters each episode, while this one, for some reason, only went to 1. So that makes you start to think, like, I'm guessing, obviously, this is episode 9, there's only a few more episodes left, so it makes you really wonder, like, I'm not going to say anything because I don't want to spoil, obviously. It makes you really wonder where it's going to stop. And obviously, it's going to be a cliffhanger for sure, because I know some people are still maybe, like, on the edge, like, is, 12 episodes too little bit. But I'm pretty sure, at least, I'm still hopeful, and just, like, I can't see it not happening, that there will be another season announced at the end of this season. So it's more of a matter of where is it going to end for me. And like, I'll talk about it at the end of the season and be like, I knew it was here where it was going to end, or something along those lines kind of thing. But for now, I won't spoil anything for you anime watchers only, because there's nothing that I hate more than spoilers. Like, even when I'm watching as an anime watcher only for a certain show and I see someone spoil something, it's like, oh, you gotta be kidding me, So I always try and not spoil anything along those lines if I've read the source material. But yeah, overall, this episode, it felt, for me at least, I thought it was pretty damn interesting. You got to learn, like, several different things. One of the big things in this, episode was about Reiner and the fact that he has, like, a personality disorder, to which, like, he kind of can't really, sometimes in the moment he'll be the soldier, he'll be like we saw in this episode, he was acting like he was all friends with them still yet, and like worried about like we'll get promoted later on kind of thing like that. And he completely forgot what happened. And then of course his other side is him being the warrior and everything, and him, you know, him and Bertholdt came along to destroy the walls, take Eden and everything. And obviously it was the mark. That's why I thought the Marco flashback was really good in this, is because it helped show, you know, certain scenes and certain things that happened to Reiner. There's more than just that, but obviously, you know, people have been killed before that as well. All the guilt and everything, as you saw when he was yelling at, you know, Eden, saying, "You think we don't know that? You don't think I know that they're, you know, mass murderers, pretty much. They're murderers because they've killed literally hundreds and hundreds of innocent people when they destroyed the wall and everything." And you can see while Bertholdt remembers all that kind of stuff, and he doesn't, you know, pretty much repress those memories. That's what Reiner does. He represses all those memories, pretty much just forgetting that identity, and pretty much finding a safe space and safe feeling in the fact that he's a soldier protecting them instead of doing, you know, his warrior side. And that's why he kind of has like a personality disorder. And I thought it was pretty good. I really enjoyed, you know, having that. I thought the Marco flashback did a good job at complementing that scene, and it made it even more impactful. And obviously, right after that, Eden gets super pissed off. We all know how Eden reacts to these kind of things. It's him yelling and him threatening people, you know, to kill people. But in this case, it really does make sense. And like, I thought it was like a pretty impactful episode for Eden and for the group, considering like how Bertholdt is the one who literally killed, you know, his mother, since he's the one who broke the piece of the wall that, you know, smashed his house and made it so his mother couldn't escape. And all along, Eden was talking to them like they were friends. With Reiner, you know, he pretty much, he has a kind of an excuse, I guess. You know, he has a personality disorder. He was probably in soldier mode, like he probably just repressed all of those memories. While Bertholdt over there's like, I felt sorry for you. And like at that moment, I was like, yeah, you better watch out. Eden, he wants to kill you for sure. And then, of course, you have the Ymir side, where it's a complete, you know, enigma for both sides. You know, Eden doesn't know what she's thinking. They don't know. Reiner them don't know what she's thinking, and she's pretty much like starts to talk about like who the enemy is. And I feel so sorry for anime watchers only, who like it came like she was about to say it, and then of course, you know, Reiner's like, hey, how about you come on our side? And of course, the only reason for Ymir is, of course, Krista, to which in this episode, like, full on, like, the last time I was like, I can finally just say his story over and over again. I can finally not worry about it. And then I just literally throughout this whole episode, Krista, Krista, Krista. I'm like, no, she already said it. Her name's Historia. Stop saying Krista. But yeah, you see that Ymir's starting to change her mind and everything. And obviously that's affecting Eden as well. And then, of course, you see that at the very end, after all that stuff, the scouts are coming, and there's only like an hour left. Ymir's no longer seems to be on his side. Eden's arms still aren't fully healed, and he's got to come up with something to be able to get out of this mess and get back to them. So yeah, I can't wait to see the next episode. If you've been wondering, like, when's the action gonna happen? Well, guess what? There will be action in the next episode. Not really much of a spoiler, considering you can see that the scouts are almost there, so you know for a fact that that's going to happen anyway. But it also looks like there's going to be some interesting anime original stuff. For instance, at the end, you know, showing the pretty much what's going to happen in the next episode, the preview, that's all I was looking for. There was like a scene where it showed Ymir like she was younger. And I'm going to tell you now that that's an anime original. So I'm actually pretty excited to see what that is about, you know, what's going to happen with that, and how that, like, I'm wondering how that's going to complement the rest of the episode, if that's a good flashback, a good anime original scene. It's not really a spoiler because it doesn't look like that scene is probably going to help something in the next episode, but I don't know how that's going to really be that impactful. Like I said, I don't really know, because that is an anime original scene, so I don't know. It's got me definitely excited, at least, to see what the heck that is, you know, that's about. But yeah, that's all I gotta say, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed this Anime Kingdom review. If you have any questions, feel free to comment below. This is Anchor, and you want to talk about, comment below as well. And if you did enjoy it, leave a like. If you haven't already, feel free to subscribe for more content. And as always, guys, I want to hear your guys' thoughts. Anime watchers only, how did you feel about this episode? Did you feel it was boring? Did you want more action? or you know, do you agree with what I was saying on, you know, you can't always have that? And so far I still think at least that this episode was interesting, you know. So yeah, put down your thoughts, good or bad. And as always, source material readers, how did you feel about this episode too? Did you feel the same way like I did? Did you enjoy it? Did you like that Marco flashback being put where it was, since that is of course anime original? Feel free to comment below your thoughts, good or bad as well. And yeah, that's all I really gotta say, guys. So till next time, see ya.